I feel a little thing going on the inside.
You know what, guys? Playoff football means you got to bring out all the big stops. For the first time ever since WrestleMania 39 show, Ramey Rants, Matt Leek, Nabers, Alex Lorenzo, and myself. Alex and I were here right before week 1, but a lot has changed since what this has happened to. I know Ramey's now a dad. I got this whole house. And you know what? We're here to talk playoff football, but also to all let these guys get a lot off their chest because why? Sometimes, look, football is not fair. 4-13, 7-10 in the bottom right corner, and below me and next to me, we have a 3-14 Giants team to talk about. So, guys, take away with what you want to discuss with your teams.
Ramey has to go first.
Well, I think Dallas underachieved, obviously with injuries. Yeah. I think bringing Mike McCarthy back, not the right idea, but they're going to, or they're just making him be a lame duck. I mean, you don't let him interview with the Bears, but you still haven't given him a contract extension.
Is he under contract?
No, his contract runs out in 5 days. So they've made him a complete lame duck, and Jerry Jones won't just make up his mind, which is just awful.
They're going to sign him.
You think they might sign him like, hey, we'll give you a 1-year deal?
Well, I think they'll probably sign him to a 3-year deal. They'll make him probably way more paid than he should be, and he'll probably get fired midway through next season if they're like 3-6.
Who's ready for this to be announced right before the Eagles game kicks off on Sunday? So Jerry steals all their spotlight.
That actually would not surprise me in the slightest. That literally would not surprise me. I mean, Dallas had injuries. Yeah. Half their defense was injured for almost the entire season. Trayvon Diggs is washed. He's done. Micah Parsons is already saying they're winning the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah,
easy, bro.
Rush.
Hey, Cooper Rush is actually probably the most adequate backup on the face of the earth. If he was on the Giants would probably win 6 games.
I mean, did he win more games than Dak did?
What'd you say?
Didn't he win more games than Dak did?
He might have, yes, actually. I think he did.
Probably 3, 4.
But I mean, I think, just looking into next season, their schedule's a lot easier than the Giants.
Doesn't make any sense. How do you finish last and have a hard schedule? It doesn't make any every year. It happens every year. The Giants finish fucking 3rd or 4th, and their schedule is like the fucking murderous row. It's like you have to play the Chiefs 6 times. Sorry.
Going into the season, I thought Dallas was going to be 9-8 or 10-7. So they underachieved, but they got almost to where they got to be. I think next year it's going to be the same thing: 9-8 or 10-7. Washington is better than Dallas. Philly is better than Dallas. Jerry Jones is going to say they're all in and then do absolutely nothing again. It's going to be fantastic.
But you couldn't even lose enough to get McCarthy fired.
That's honestly because I'm superstitious. We did not lose enough to get McCarthy fired because I wanted us to lose. If I had kept rooting for them to win, we would have gone 4-13.
Yeah, the team revolves around you, bitch.
They do.
It always does.
I think you guys did a great job of landing Ashton Genty. I think you did it perfect.
They're not drafting Ashton Genty. When they
I want to root for the kid.
Once they finally made Rico Dowdle the actual starting running back, it only took them 9 weeks. He was good. He's actually good enough to be the starter. You need to draft a round 3 or round 4 backup.
Fucking Rico
They're drafting a wide receiver in round 1. I'm telling you that right now. It's a wide receiver.
Yeah, because they're letting CeeDee Lamb walk. Fucking
trade him. CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, he's got like $1 billion now.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb needs a Batman and Robin scenario. He needs a Robin to his Batman.
You need more cornerbacks. Go cornerback round 1.
We do need cornerbacks considering they're all hurt.
Yeah. And cornerbacks in round 1 usually pan out, right?
Yeah.
Not.
Morris Claiborne, baby.
Not for us, at least.
Or Taco Charlton as well for TJ Watt. That's a fun one.
Oh, yeah, Taco, yes.
Yeah. Ramey was super excited about that one.
I honestly was kind of excited for
Taco. He ate tacos for nothing but like 3 weeks after that. Nothing but taco.
A month. It was about a month.
Fucking taco.
I remember he picked TJ Watt to win Defensive Player of the Year, like the year he won it the first time, and he wasn't like amazing yet. So I'll always think of Ramey for TJ Watt. Not because of Taco Charlton.
I'll always think of Subway for TJ Watt. You come here every day.
I'm just curious to hear, your guys' opinion on the Giants. I just want to know what you think about the Giants.
I'm glad it's over.
What is specifically about the Giants do you want us to know, Ramey? First, what are you drinking? At a 7-7?
When did I stop watching games at halftime?
Knob Creek. Okay.
Why is Dable still the head coach?
Because
continuity. That's it. John Mara literally said, I can't say that we have a better team than 3 years ago or a better roster than 3 years ago, and then chose to keep the guys that did that. So there's really no explanation.
You got to give people some time. Like, give them 5-6 years and then fucking
5 years.
5 years.
We literally
you can't. How many
downgraded every year?
How many teams fire their GM every fucking 3 years? Like
Las Vegas, who just did it again today.
Yes,
draft class.
What do they all have in
The
common?
other two are
They're
horrendous.
How much do you think the Raiders? I just want to say that quickly with the Las Vegas Raiders.
They also hired really bad ones, like fucking Mike
Well,
Mayock.
no,
Awful.
There must have been the whole John Gruden era in Vegas was terrible. I think with the Tom Telesco getting fired, there had to have been a head coaching candidate that said, "I'm not going to go there if Telesco's the GM."
Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick.
He's coaching at UNC this year. I think if anything, because
he's backing out. That $10 million buyout goes to $1 million in June. So I really think he's going to stay until June. And Brady wants him, I think.
Do you think he wants to work with Tom though again?
The two of them are fine. It's always been. I'm gonna go into that one. The two of them have always been cool. There's never been any problems, even though people have said there is. If anything, it's more there was a problem, and there still kind of is with.
But it's still flipping the relationship.
It's more with Robert Kraft than anything else.
That's weird though. Going from boss from player to boss.
Like how much does Tom Brady actually have to say? Like really?
He basically
he's like a small minority owner.
But he's still going to have a lot. They're going to go to him because Mark Davis is borderline not. Mark Davis.
What does he know about running a team? He can play quarterback.
That's why. What does Michael Jordan know about running a team?
What did John Elway know about running a team?
John
Elway, great at choosing quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Tom Brady let him do it because he's Michael Jordan.
I think they're going to let Tom.
Michael Jordan at least fully owned the team. Brady's like a 10% owner.
I have a question for you and Matt. Actually, for you and for Alex and Matt. So we all know John Mara is mainly involved with the Giants. What with Steve Tisch? What's his main thing? Is he just like has his money?
Other owner?
No, not like main thing, but like how much does he have say? How much decision to say does he have with football ops? That's what I wanted to know.
A decent amount. Like they'll always bring him in for main decisions, but like it's
more on Mara. Okay.
I think he's more of just like hey, I own half the team. I'm gonna go watch. You fucking.
No, but they do bring him in for decisions. Like it's always Mara and Tisch decide.
I do commend John Mara though for sticking to his word about like keeping them because I know he had that press conference I think back in October and stuff like that. I know he
probably didn't want to pay 4 head coaches at the same time.
He said still paying 3 of them. That, honestly, he said that would never make his decision.
But didn't it happen?
Goes into the stability. He just fucking every 3 years. We'll do this. Let's redo this.
Well, didn't he after the 21 season they fired Joe Judge and then he said he's keeping Gettleman and then the fans outraged and then he got rid of Gettleman like 3 days later, kind of what the Raiders just did?
I highly doubt the fans had any
influence. No, 4 years.
I don't think there was any of that, but then I'm pretty sure I remember people like Giants fans were really like, okay, why are we not getting rid of both? Because we
Gettleman also they didn't technically get rid of him. He retired.
They let him. They let him have his. They let him have his roses, which I know.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking walk away. Fuck you, dude. You deserve to get fired.
So
piece of shit.
Besides quarterback, though, if you have besides quarterback, like what's the next greatest need? Is it offense,
cornerback, offensive line, defensive line, everything?
Yeah, we need another guy next to Dexter
offensive
Lawrence.
Coordinator.
Mike Kafka seems to be getting so much love from fucking other teams.
He got interviewed with the Saints today.
Yeah, Kafka interviewed with the Bears.
Who called plays this year? Him or fucking Dable?
Dable.
Yeah, so it was fucking terrible. So maybe
they basically John Mara basically said he probably needs to stop calling plays.
Well, Kafka, they both have called plays over the last few years,
and they both suck.
Yeah, so is Shea Tierney at one point because Dable got so mad.
I wonder if they do fire the defensive coordinator for Pierce.
I don't think he's going to get fired. I think once Vrabel gets the Patriots job, he's going to get Bowen and take him to New England.
Yeah, that's Patriots reporters already kind of saying that if Vrabel gets the job.
I think they're going to fire Bowen at some point.
Well, I don't think they're going to fire Bowen. I think they're going to let him go to New England so they don't have to fire him. Because if you fire him, you owe him the money.
Might have to fire him
if he chooses to leave, they don't have to pay him.
Can we trade him?
Yeah, how does that work? I
don't know how that works.
How does he get to leave?
Probably just let him out of his contract.
They ask permission to interview him for a job.
Yeah, just like the head coaches.
Ask for it now, guy. Let us know.
Yeah, Vrabel knows,
right?
I bet you the Giants are probably hoping and banking on that, so that way they don't have to fire him. So they don't have to pay him his contract.
Good defensive coordinator. He's never been a defensive.
I don't know. He's a Giants legend. So
he was a. That's like I saw a tweet today that was basically saying, "Oh, the Jets should hire Aaron Glenn as head coach, Josh McCown as offensive coordinator, and bring in Rex Ryan as defensive coordinator."
Why would Rex Ryan would never go there to be defensive coordinator? He's going to be the head coach.
No,
I think he's going to get it.
It's Jet fans posting this, and people basically replied with saying, "Do you see why we all laugh at you now?"
I honestly think Rex Ryan is going to get the Jets job, and that's just hilarious to me.
It's going to be him or Matt Nagy, and it's going to be hilarious. And yeah,
it's going to be a dumpster fire either way, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
Rex will probably do a better job than anyone else.
I mean, he's the only coach in the last 30 years of that franchise to actually do something.
They had a pretty good team back then.
Do you want to know a fun fact about the Jets I learned? So Woody Johnson took over ownership, I think, in 1998 or 99. I think, no, 96, excuse me. I think it was something crazy. Like, they only made the playoffs in 24 of those years. They only made it in 19. They missed 19 of 24 of those years in playoffs.
They made it 5 times? That actually seems a little few too many. I thought it was just a couple years Sanchez made it.
Wow. That's insane.
Good for them.
Yeah. No, the main thing, I like Matt, though. The only thing I'll say with when you say D-line, though, for the Giants, like, you have Thibodeau, who's probably going to get a contract extension this offseason because he's eligible. But then you have Burns.
Should they, though? Should they? He's injury prone.
You think everyone's injury prone. And
he is injury prone.
Everyone is injury prone. But, like, you need to sign your players. You can't just not, like... But no, Kayvon's all right. Like,
does that mean Evan Neal is due for an extension?
Yeah. It means 5th-year options.
Oh,
yeah, that's a 5th-year option, or you just sign it and hope he has a good year.
If I'm Shane, I cut his fat ass. That's what I do.
It's only been how many years?
I gotta say, too, I know
would this be their 4th year? Next year is their 4th year?
Next year's 4.
So, they got
a year that's fucking garbage, Evan Neal.
I always remember when they got drafted because that's the only time in my life I ever got COVID, and that's all I did for 3 days was watch the NFL draft.
It was the consensus best lineman available. We needed a lineman.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. Because even with that, though, like, if you go back to that draft, I know everyone says, they should have drafted him. No, you take the best lineman at that position. You had him, Eki Ekwonu, and neither guy has really panned out. So that's the thing with those two there. Like, or not panned out, but, like, you know what I mean, where they haven't performed expectations. Like, but with the Giants, though, like, because the one player that always intrigues me with them is Nunez Roches, who came over from Tampa Bay. He seemed to do fine, but, like, do you keep him behind Dexter Lawrence? Like, do we know with Dexter, is he going to be back in time for training?
A lot of Mason Graham talk. Let's just say that on Twitter. A lot of Mason Graham talk from Michigan.
Oh, I know the player. He's someone I thought, he's someone I would have loved to have on my team, but I've already kind of moved paths because I
would hate drafting a defensive tackle 3, but fucking if we trade back and maybe to 4, 5, 6 and get him, I don't know. We do need that because every time Dexter comes off the field, we're one of the worst teams run defensively.
Yeah, that's the thing too, where it's like you get the best player there, or even if you want to go cornerback, why not try Will Johnson from Michigan as well? Like you have your choice.
Yeah, except I wouldn't. Yeah, he's apparently nasty, or Travis Hunter, but I'm just fucking sick of drafting cornerbacks.
I
just want to spend money and sign one that's good already.
I think Cleveland's going. I think Cleveland's going Hunter. The more I think about it,
I don't know. With Deshaun Watson
having a setback with Achilles,
I think what you do is you draft Travis Hunter.
Then we get fucking Drew Aller. Fuck shit.
You don't think they would take Sanders?
I don't know.
No.
More I see of Sanders, the less I like.
The more what happens if Drew Aller balls out against Notre Dame and does declare for the draft, he'll get drafted ahead of Sanders.
I think so.
I thought he'd still go 1. Fucking Baker Mayfield went 1.
I mean, Baker Mayfield's coming off a Heisman season, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
So if both quarterbacks are gone, who do the Giants take? Best player available?
There's another quarterback out there that I don't think is getting talked about enough that I think is going to go higher than people think. Because, like, even if you remember last year, too, I know same thing. He had a Heisman season. He played amazing this year. But there was a lot of chatter with Jaden Daniels where people were being like, oh, he's not going to go that high, yada, yada, yada. And, like, he went, too. And the player I'm thinking of is Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss as well. I know I'm not saying it's crazy, but
he'll probably go like 17 or 13 or 12 or middle of the first round. Some team will be like, why not? Fucking Bo Nix looks like he's working.
Exactly. Or even Mike.
You mean the Raiders at 6?
Who?
The Raiders at 6?
So how far back would you
trade up? Probably.
Would you trade it? How far back would you trade if you're the Giants? You don't want to trade to like fucking 17. How far back do you trade? Try to get draft capital, which we need badly.
You trade back with the Raiders, hopefully.
Yeah, 6 or 7, I'd say.
But then that's the thing. If the Giants don't get a quarterback, they sign a bridge guy. Dable's pretty much fucked because we're not going to be better. Like people on Giants Twitter,
regardless with this,
people on Giants Twitter, like Justin Fields is the fucking savior. Like he's maybe
slightly
better Daniel Jones. Like,
but the hilarious thing would be if you sign a bridge quarterback and you end up going like 6-11 next year or 7-10, and you are too good to actually be able to then draft a quarterback.
If you don't take a quarterback this year, you got to suck
again next year.
Safe.
If we win 7 games next year, keep everyone.
Have you seen your schedule? You're going 3-14 again.
Yeah, you just said if they win 6 or 7 games, yeah, you're keeping everyone. That's a miracle.
There's no good options for the Giants. They're fucking screwed.
The only home game we might win outside of the division, if that, because I say that I still think we're going to lose all the division games.
I would say, which division game are you going to win? You ain't beating the Cowboys. You haven't
beaten the Cowboys in like a decade.
I
guarantee we beat the Chiefs for no reason.
They're still hurt.
We'll be 4 and whatever, and then we'll look back and beat the Chiefs for no reason. Remember that game? Mahomes had no touchdowns and 4 picks against the Giants. But like, God damn it!
Yeah, we lost though.
No, I mean next year we'll look back and be like, we had an extra win for no reason when we beat the Chiefs.
There was a game where we played them really well and lost.
I know.
Cover the spread.
Daniel Jones played awful.
Yeah, we didn't get blown out like we all thought.
I'm looking at I pulled up Tankathon right now to see the draft order, just to see where a potential trade back scenario is. Because when I look at right now, Titans and Browns are locked in. I'm going to say New England's locked in at 4 as well. I don't think they're, unless a crazy offer comes in. But a team that I could see trading back with you guys, and you can still stay in that good region to get a quarterback, is the New Orleans Saints at number 9.
Well, I feel like if they traded back, they'd take a quarterback in like the 2nd or 3rd. And then sign a bridge quarterback,
which I think is terrible. Trade for Sean Button.
It's not going to do anything. We're pretty much screwed. Dable's going to get fired next year. I'm almost certain. Unless we can get a quarterback, then you have to commit to him for a few more years.
Just fire them both. If you're going to fire one, that's all. You're going to keep one, keep both. Just don't start this fucking thing where you're half pregnant and you have to hire a GM.
Our draft class this year wasn't that bad.
This was his first good draft class.
Who was the first?
I don't necessarily hate Joe Shane, but I don't know.
No, but
I'm over football.
He's done decently. He's done pretty well in trades. He's done pretty bad in free agent. Actually, he's done decent free agent this year. This is his best year, but we were the worst, and we've literally went from a playoff team to a mediocre team to a terrible.
Making the playoffs was the worst thing that could have happened to the franchise. The absolute fucking worst.
Well,
it was a lot of fun, but it set us back.
I was going to say, even if we were bad, we probably wouldn't see that much fun, regardless, for a long time. So I'll take it.
Well, if they weren't good then, we probably would have had a quarterback by now, and it would have been different. But it just set us back.
We've never had the first overall pick, so I doubt that year we still would have had if we were bad, had the first overall pick at any point.
Fucking Danny Dimes probably gonna fucking play in the playoff game.
You got activated. They released Brett Rippon. He's on the 53 now.
Good for him.
One of the reasons.
No,
he's right now the third string, but they said he could be the backup. One of the reasons why they did that is if he leaves via free agency, they get a compensatory pick because they put him on the 53-man roster.
I think he's probably better than Nick Mullins behind that line.
I think he is too.
I was literally listening to a football podcast and they were talking about this.
Terrible.
But no, when he was with the Niners, though, some of his graphics were in company with Kurt Warner and Peyton Manning. And it's just that's.
Oh yeah, he had a run.
Yeah, he had that run in 2018. Yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's he can make it look good because now and I want to do this right now because look, obviously the Daniel Jones contract is a subject right now because of what Brock Purdy could get this offseason. Because when you look at it, if you were the GM of the Niners, if you're John Lynch, do you give Brock? Would you give him what? You can't give him market value. You're not going to make him. I always thought, he's going to watch. He's going to he's going to get near 60 and it's going to be set this world on fire. No, I think honestly, Baker makes 33. I don't think he's not better than Baker. I think he's going to get 25 to 30. And
yeah, I don't think any GM can look at the Daniel Jones contract and be like, that sets any market because it's a mistake and everyone knows it was a mistake.
You can't be choice, though. They had to pay him.
Yeah, but it's if Daniel Jones made 40, I should make 40. It's Well, no, I don't think I hope they're not going to use that as a bargaining tool because.
Well, I mean, every contract now though is every NFL contract now is that though, where it's hey, player X makes this amount. Like for example, DN.
Well, like you said, Baker's making less.
Baker's making 33.
Yeah.
Baker's making 33 million. That's the big thing to point out. Like even too, like you can't look at me with a straight face right now and say Brock Purdy's a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. So that's why I say this here. But then like with the wide receiver market, that's all it's been. Where it's like, hey, Amon-Ra St. Brown got 29. Justin Jefferson got this. I think he got 33 or 4. I think AJ Brown got 31 or 32. Jamar Chase is probably going to get 36 this offseason. It's kind of like we don't know what Micah's going to get because Micah's probably going to ask for that Max Crosby, Nick Bosa range of like 32, 33 million. So that's the thing. That's where it comes into the whole
Parsons did say that he doesn't need to be the highest paid. So I feel like he just screwed himself in leverage where Dallas can now lowball him because he said on record.
Yeah, his agent's probably like, you fucking idiot.
No, him not holding out was him screwing himself over for leverage. Him not holding out because think about it. If he had held out, he gets more money. The fact that he played willingly this year for $4 million, that was a damn crime on his part where it's like, hey, you hold out, you're going to get more money.
Get into a huge argument and then trade him to the Giants for Kayvon and Burns.
That's probably an unfair deal to the Cowboys.
Yeah, very. But
Parsons got hurt this year, so by the logic of the Ramey, he's injury prone.
It's true. Ramey keeps like freezing and then
I think he's his laugh was delayed. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And now he's unmuted. Okay. Are you with us?
He's like freezing and then speeding up and then freezing again.
I'm gonna go unplug the internet on purpose.
Should we go to playoffs?
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Let's do it. Let's get into the playoffs. We have 6 games this weekend.
I still don't know if Ramey's muted, like he can hear us or not. He hasn't spoken since.
Give us a thumbs up if you
can hear. I can hear.
Are you okay?
He's good. He's good. So the first game, and fun fact about this game, but every single Houston Texans playoff home game has been played at 4:30 p.m. on the first Saturday of the playoffs, and that's where they are this week, hosting the Chargers.
They're just the opening match.
So depressing.
They're always the opener. You know, they're
a Dolph Ziggler. They're a Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Solid.
And you know what? This game is also available on Nickelodeon too. So if you want to watch this on CBS or if you want to watch this on, I believe it's on CBS.
There's nothing I want to do less than watch these alternate cartoon broadcasts.
I want to watch it just to see it, but I've never watched a Nickelodeon broadcast before, so I'm like kind of intrigued by it. But I did watch the Simpsons one, and I enjoyed it.
One play.
Yeah. Or watching.
Matt likes the McAfee cast.
The best was
a thing.
But the best.
I don't think it's only for college. It is, but I don't know if they're doing it anymore.
God. They'll probably do it for the national championship or tomorrow night. I don't know if they're doing it for tonight's game. But with Nickelodeon, though, the best part about any of the shows was when Russell Wilson threw that interception and you had Patrick Starr commentating it. Just rips.
Wow, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
This is Patrick.
Yeah, it's like I'll send the clip after, but it's like 2nd and long. It's like, oh, he threw a pick.
It's a decent Patrick.
The great Bill Fagerbaki.
But no, Houston the Chargers. I'm keeping this short and sweet. I'm going Chargers here. Something with the Texans.
I have no faith in the Texans. Stroud was a fucking bust.
The Chargers are going to just steamroll them.
Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers, it's easy. Now, Saturday night, we first heard today that Zay Flowers will not be playing in this game as Baltimore and Pittsburgh link up again in Baltimore for the first time in 3 weeks. This game right here, so I'm going Ravens. I just have a question for you guys. The number right now is at 9.5 points. Do the Steelers cover the number, or is this another route?
Ravens fucking boat race them.
Yeah, Ravens.
Steelers are fucking terrible.
Ravens probably win like 35-10.
I think the Steelers cover. I think the Ravens win, but I think they win by
like last time.
That's why. Zay Flowers is out. The Steelers' defense is going to keep them in that game.
Mark Andrews probably has 189 yards.
Ramey's boy.
My boy, Mark Andrews.
I'm saying it's a
comeback season. He should win comeback player of the year.
Well, he was shit for like half the season, and then all of a sudden was like,
guy was asked for 2.5 years.
Remember that fucking week 1 Isaiah Likely? Everybody fucking added him in fantasy, and then he did literally nothing for like the entire year.
Worthy too.
Well, he was good for that first game, sucked for a while. Then I dropped him on one team, and then he had like 3 or 4 really good.
Well, you know what I mean? The Worthy got 2 touchdowns, and everyone was like, "Oh, why the Bills trade back?" The Bills just gave the Chiefs another weapon, and Worthy really cooled off.
Was Keon
but he got hot at the end because now he's like one of their top targets.
it was kind of roller coaster. That's why I think they brought in Amari Cooper. Like I think Keon Coleman.
Yeah,
would
I
be
feel
good,
like Worthy and Coleman are the same.
Yeah, it's basically here's the thing though. Basically with Worthy, it's his job. Just hey, throw me the ball. I'm gonna go fast. But Andy Reid was like, hey, we want you to we're gonna have you run this route, cut to the left, cut to the right, cut back inside, and then take off. That's what I think they're trying to do. And for Worthy, it's just like in his mind. And his mom's who was it? No, it wasn't his mom. No, it was Rasheed Rice's mom that was the porch buyer. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Fucking forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
So I just pulled up the stats between Xavier Worthy and Keon Coleman. Worthy had 30 more receptions, but only 75 more yards.
Wow,
that's weird for a speed guy.
Coleman had 29 for 556 and 4 touchdowns.
29.
Worthy had 59 for 638 and 6 touchdowns.
I love how we're on a Keon Coleman versus Worthy debate.
While talking Ravens Steelers.
The Ravens Steelers.
I'm a Khalil Shakir guy anyway.
But that segues into our next game when the Buffalo Bills are taking on the Denver Broncos. This spread's 8, and I'm going to tell you what about this spread. This same thing happened earlier this year when the Ravens. When the Broncos went into Baltimore, the Broncos were like a 9.5 point or 10 point underdog, and it was kind of Vegas's telltale sign. They think, hey, this game's going to get out of hand. And I'm going to steal a word from Matt. The Bills boat race the Broncos in this one.
I feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. The offense can't keep up with the Bills' offense.
Yeah,
and the Bills' defense isn't going to be bad enough for the Broncos to score enough.
Yeah.
Like I saw some stuff online where people were saying, "Oh, Josh Allen has struggled against Vance Joseph defenses," but I don't even think that matters. I just think that
I love those obscure stats.
But here's the other thing too: if you look at all of Denver's road wins this year, they beat like the Saints on the road, they beat the Raiders on the road. They go to Baltimore, they got their ass kicked. They
making the playoffs was a pretty big deal. So
yeah,
good job to them, but they're not going to win.
First time since Welcome to My House, WrestleMania 32 here that they made the playoffs.
Maybe Sean Payton is a pretty good coach.
Yeah, I'm starting to think now there was more that Russ is just bad.
He's not we're going to get to the Super Bowl every year, but he's a playoff. He's like a Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's a Tomlin, not a Reed.
I also saw this today with coaches and most active coaches with playoff wins, and obviously Andy Reid was number 1. You know, Mike Tomlin only has 8 in his career, and he's been coaching for 17 years.
A lot of them are like, or like 8-8, just miss out or something like that. He keeps them good enough to where they're competitive, but they never go anywhere.
He's
a better, more consistent Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett always kept the Cowboys 500. That's a Tomlin for 20 years.
The one Super Bowl they won was basically still Bill Cowher's team anyway.
I
was literally just talking about that today.
So with that, I pulled up that graphic right now. So the playoff coaches that are currently in the postseason by win. So Kevin O'Connell is 0. Obviously, what was his last playoff game? Giants.
Yeah, right.
DeMeco Ryans and Todd Bowles each have 1 last year. Nick Sirianni.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm guessing the Devils scored.
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni.
I was literally about to tweet, "We're getting shut out." I'm not even fucking kidding you. Jack fucking. Oh, wait. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Griff.
Nick, I won a fan contest to coach the team Eagles, Sirianni, and Dan Campbell at 2. No, I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to say Nick Jacoby.
No. He's a Seahawks fan, isn't he?
Yeah. Who the Giants beat, by the way, which is fucking hysterical.
As a 7.5 point underdog.
I love how you just knew that.
I remember. There's some spreads that I
don't know any of that.
My mind's a waste space for useless information. But no, I basically say that Nick Sirianni looks and acts like a guy from Philadelphia who won a contest to coach the team for a day, and he hasn't given it up in 3 years.
He looks like a guy from
that's a pretty good analogy.
That's actually
he looks like a guy from like Virginia or like New York and
Delaware,
just somewhere on the board, like near Pennsylvania, but not Pennsylvania. And he watches Always Sunny and pretends to be from Philadelphia.
Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutch County.
So Dan Quinn and Matt LaFleur have 3, McDermott and Harbaugh have 5. Jim, by the way, McVay has 8, and then this is where it gets interesting. Tomlin has 8. Peyton has 9.
Manning or Peyton Manning?
9. Wow.
Sean Payton.
Sean
Payton has 9.
Peyton Manning. Sean Payton or Peyton?
Sean Payton.
Peyton or Peyton?
Peyton.
Does that commercial not air in Canada?
It does.
Oh, okay, good.
No, and also I get and then John Harbaugh has 12, and then obviously Andy Reid's in first with 26. So
Remember when Andy Reid was a bad, like, at everything? He wasn't a good coach, shitty time management, and then he goes to the Chiefs.
He didn't have the greatest quarterback of all time.
I mean, he was still good before he got there. And now he's just like
McNabb. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Guy grew up in the Super Bowl. Come on.
I know, but now he's got a quarterback that's 10 times better than Donovan McNabb.
Can we talk about how like his stats keep getting worse and worse, and they still keep fucking winning?
Yeah, their defense gets better and better every time. The offense gets worse.
I said this analogy with the Chiefs. If they get into games where the offense has to produce, and this is going to sound weird, that's when they might get in trouble. If they stay in those low-scoring games like we saw in the AFC Championship game last year, even the game against Buffalo too wasn't crazy high scoring in the divisional round.
Yeah,
then they'll win.
Well, they didn't score 30 points all year, right?
That's
even
why
the fucking Giants did that.
Yeah, the Giants did. We scored 45, baby.
The fucking game that ruined our fucking team for the next 5 years. Thanks, Indy.
Or saved it. Maybe these quarterbacks stink.
All right, I was going to wish really bad things upon Joe Flacco, but
dude, I would rather be in your shoes than be in the Colts position. Jesus Christ, Chris Ballard and I don't even know what Shane's saying. Chris Ballard should have been fired. Do you guys know that since Chris Ballard took over as GM, literally every other team in that division has won the division title at least twice, and the Colts have won none?
Wow.
That was 2017.
Fuck you! I was going to let Griff finish and then say the joke. God damn it! Fuck. That's it. Yeah, the Colts are a fucking dumpster fire. They're like mid.
And they got great wide receivers too. I would love to have that wide receiving core.
The best event to come out of there is probably going to be the Royal Rumble coming up in a couple weeks.
That's true.
Yeah, John Cena's last. Oh, interception. Suck it, Ramey.
Okay, so we're going to move on now. So we all Bills spread. Boom, that's easy. Philadelphia and Green Bay.
Easy.
Oh, I wish this could be like just.
I hope it's like last year and Packers just fucking score 1 billion points.
I hope the Packers become the second number 7 seed to beat a 2 seed.
Ramey, can you look up the Packers schedule?
What was the first?
They've beaten any good teams?
Have the Eagles beaten any good teams?
No, the Packers.
Exactly. No, I'm saying, but have the Eagles? No, they haven't.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but they're a good team.
I got
almost everyone they faced.
They beat so I have it right here. They beat the Colts. They beat the Titans. They beat the Rams.
Solid team,
decent, yeah.
Cardinals.
Bad.
Texans.
Nope.
Solid.
They're not bad. They're not bad, but they're not great.
Good. Not what we're looking for.
Yeah, no.
All Elite Wrestling presents the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bad. Chicago. Bad.
-5 stars.
San Francisco.
Mid.
Nope.
Miami.
Nope.
Mid.
Seattle.
Mid.
Decent.
Saints.
Nope.
Bad.
And then they lost.
Remember when the Saints were like the greatest team ever in the first 2 weeks of the
season?
Who
were their losses to? Were they all like top of the league teams?
So they lost week 1 to Philly. They lost week 1 in Brazil to Philly.
Okay.
Fucking Brazil.
They lost to the Vikings.
Okay.
The Lions twice.
Yeah.
The Vikings and the Bears.
So every good team except the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah, I think the Eagles win. Unless they show up like they did last year against the Cowboys.
I'm going with the Packers.
I hope.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
who was the first 7 seed to beat
God's butthole, but
the Packers last year against the Cowboys.
That's what it was. The Cowboys were the 2 seed last year. Shit.
Yep.
Damn.
I think the Packers win,
good times, right?
And then I think Nick Sirianni gets fired. If they lose to the Packers, Sirianni's gone.
I don't think so. I think honestly, he's at the point where he's won too much to where they would have to miss the playoffs, kind of like. And this is going to bring back bad memories for Matt and Alex, but like what happened with Doug Peterson's last game with the Eagles, where wasn't it when he lost, it like screwed up the Giants draft stock or something?
They took out Jalen Hurts. No, we were going to make the playoffs.
Oh, that's what it was.
They took out Jalen, then Washington made the playoffs and almost beat the Bucks.
I don't even
when the Bucks won the Super Bowl. And
Taylor Heineke was the quarterback of that team.
Yeah, and we could have beaten the Bucks that year. We wouldn't have won the Super Bowl, but I think we had like Colt McCoy for quarterback most of that year.
Great backup.
Good times.
I love that commercial of him, the progressive backup quarterbacks, where it's like him, Case Keenum, and Jacoby Brissett.
That commercial makes me so annoyed because it doesn't make any sense for football. You don't call in your backups to like close out a game. Use baseball. Baseball relievers. It's right there for you. I know the country doesn't watch baseball as much, but fucking you're putting Case Keenum on a commercial. You could put fucking Devin Williams in there.
But it's kind of funny you mentioned that Tampa and Washington in that 2020 playoff game because Tampa Bay and Washington
coming.
Yep, Tampa Bay and Washington, Sunday Night Football, live from Raymond James Stadium, which is going to host a hockey game next year between the Bruins and the Lightning for Stadium Series. Fun fact. Yeah, so I just want
and
to
the Rangers
there,
and Panthers are going to play where the Marlins play.
Yep. Why wouldn't you just do Tampa, Florida? Like, do you think that'd make more sense? The Battle of Florida, just throw the Rangers in there.
I mean, both teams have been the best.
Rangers are pretty popular in Florida.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing like having the Winter Classic where it's like 75 and sunny.
Who has more fans in the state of Florida, the Rangers or the Panthers?
Panthers have been getting a lot of fans, obviously, recently since they've been good.
Winning a cup helps with that a lot.
Yeah. They're fucking really good. We should do a YWC hockey talk.
Ooh,
just Ramey pronouncing fucking Russian names.
No. He has to say Dustin.
Or Alex saying Kevin Shattenkirk into his fucking phone.
No, he has to say Kevin Shattenkirk, and then he has to say Dustin Bufflin.
Dustin by Fuglian?
I never forget that. By Fuglian.
Wow. Close.
Believers. Let's start doing the podcast or sports predictions or games. Like, who am I's again?
Not another baseball podcast?
No, there's too many.
Didn't you have one?
No.
Oh, that's the backup. Do you know who the backup quarterback is who's made the most money?
Chase Daniel?
Yeah, why didn't they have him in the commercial? He's like the prototypical backup.
He's already made too much money. He declined Progressive's offer.
Maybe. Was Flo in the commercial?
They should have asked Alex Moran to do it.
Every time an athlete is on a commercial, our dad will be like, why the hell does he need to do this commercial? It's like, well, he doesn't need to do it.
Why wouldn't he?
He really wants to do it.
Yeah.
And why not? It's one day.
You think Devontae Adams needs to do a Taco Bell commercial? No, he just likes Taco Bell.
That's his house.
Do you think Devontae Adams got rich in the Packers? No, he got rich playing college. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, Rich playing in Orlando.
They scored, Ramey.
The Devils?
Yeah. Ramey's where's your his TV is like on the side.
Yeah, my TV is like literally directly to my right, and I can't see.
Mine's directly to my left.
Yeah, I can't even. I have to root like I did with Dallas. Like the Rangers can't lose too many games because then they win the lottery.
They're a dumpster.
Like if I wanted to see my TV, I need to back up.
You're lucky they already had it.
You should do the podcast like that.
You're lucky the Rangers had it started good.
I know that's true. They were really fucking good when they started.
My TV's
on. They were scoring like 7 goals a game. It felt like.
All right, my TV's diagonal. Okay, back to football. Tampa Bay, Washington. I think
Washington's a good game, though.
It's a good. I think this is probably the best game. Yeah.
Weren't you saying why is this Sunday Night Football?
I was saying why is this Sunday Night
Football? It's literally the best game.
Honestly, on paper,
the best weather climate out of all.
You got the two best quarterbacks going at it. Both my fantasy quarterbacks for the team that came in second place. But Washington, hopefully. But I could see the Bucs winning. Obviously, I could see it being like 45-40.
I really don't want to root for Washington.
I think it's going to be high score.
I like Washington. Fuck them.
I would rather them win than Dallas and fucking Philly, obviously. But yeah, we could have had. Why couldn't we have had 2 picks in the draft this year and had fucking Nabers and Daniels instead of fucking Thibodeau and Neal?
I know, right?
Fucking
yeah,
hell,
that's
man.
sick. Except we still weren't. We was 5-7. We wouldn't have gotten a quarterback.
Well, if we could have made some fucking backroom deals or whatever.
We could have traded both to get a quarterback, probably.
That's true.
Just get some GM extremely liquid.
All right, we're going to get the best quarterback possible. It's just going to take time.
Yeah. You think that
we'll get our Eli Manning. Don't worry.
Arch?
Or your Drake. Or your Drake May.
Do you think the Patriots would trade Joe Milton?
Yeah. You think the Patriots would trade Drake May?
Do you think they would trade Joe Milton?
I don't know. They're open up to, man.
I'm surprised that I didn't realize that they took him the same year as May. I was like, why do you take 2 quarterbacks?
We always there's a lot of fans here I say here like I live in Massachusetts. There's a lot of fans in the Patriots realm who basically were saying that they wouldn't be shocked to see them take 2 quarterbacks this year. Like some people
was he the backup all year?
Yeah, he was the third. No, he was the third all year.
Yeah, they had Brissett, right?
Yeah, Brissett was the starter. Brissett got pulled because
he was terrible. Right. Yeah, he started.
Drake May came in. Look, it was a bad year, but he looks the part.
He looks good. He looks good.
He looks good.
I'll give him that.
Yeah,
he looks annoying, but he looks good.
He looks good.
You think he's annoying?
I think it's annoying that he's good because they don't. They deserve to be
bad.
The
Patriots are literally almost unwatchable, like the Giants.
Yeah, no.
Sean Booty will have a sick touchdown every now and then, or he'll drop a pass. It's about
if Nabers isn't scoring, there's really nothing worth seeing.
Yeah, no, Keyshawn really was really good this year. A lot of us were impressed by him. I know that there's all the stuff with Jalen Polk being like, oh, how bad Polk was. I was more looking at it as look at Keyshawn Booty, who's a 6th-round pick coming out of nowhere. Obviously, he probably would have gone higher in the draft, but look.
For fuck's sake.
He was fucking nasty, and then he sucked, and then his draft stock fell.
And he also was on a choo-choo train. Yeah, but no, I'm not sure what's going to happen this year, but we'll see who gets the head coaching job. I think it's going to be Vrabel, maybe Ben Johnson. And then they have $130 million to spend, so we'll see what they do in the draft.
I mean, what are the odds for their coaching search? Like 99.9% sure it's Vrabel. I mean, super obvious.
The last time I saw any tweets about this, I haven't checked any of this. I don't even know what sport books have coaches like coaching favorites. I'm gonna check FanDuel for that. But the last time I saw someone tweet through Bovada, they said that Ben Johnson was the favorite.
Wow.
Really?
Well, now
I feel like he's the favorite for every job because he's the top
it was either Tom Pelissero or Ian Rappaport said that there's some sources saying Ben Johnson might not take a head coaching job this year, just like last year.
What team would be better than staying in Detroit again?
Definitely not Chicago. I wouldn't trust that.
Not Chicago, not New York, not New York, not
Chicago has like the players, but like the ownership
Oakland?
is just
Not the same.
Don't go there.
Yes, yeah. There's no good coaching jobs.
The Patriots might hire Bieniemy.
If Dallas got rid of McCarthy, that would be the ideal landing spot. But Dallas wouldn't go for somebody who hasn't been a head coach before.
He'll go to the Bears.
Think so?
I mean,
no, can't go to the Bears. Can't go.
If you look at it, the non-sexier hires have been the better coaches. Like Dabo was a sexy hire, not that great so far.
Dan Quinn.
Evan O'Connell was non-sexy. He's a great hire.
Yeah.
Dan
Stefanski was a sexy hire. He's not that great.
Fucking Todd Bowles. Wasn't he in Luke Cage?
Yeah. No, I want to walk back that statement though that you said about Stefanski because I know this year was bad, but he has won 2 head coach. He's won 2 coach of the years in 5 years.
No, I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't think he is.
Might get fired.
He should get fired.
I mean, that entire front office GM and
he was good though. He was good.
Yeah,
I guess so was Dabo for 1 year.
The one that you can maybe argue is Zach Taylor as well.
Dabo was good enough to not get us the first pick.
Zach Taylor's an interesting one.
Mike McDaniel.
Zach Taylor's
Mike McDaniel.
Stephen Ross didn't give him and Chris Greer contract extensions. They would have been out. They would have been out of a job already.
I almost tried to take a drink out of my microphone.
Nice.
Take a drink out of his microphone.
I thought I was like, oh, my bottle's right here, and no.
Is that a Yeti mat or is it something else?
The microphone or the bottle?
It's a dildo microphone.
No, the water bottle.
Same thing, just not branded Yeti.
I have a.
Do you use
it's literally the same shape. Yeah.
Cheers.
Are there any other stickers I got you on there?
No, not yet, because I can put them on this one. This is the one I usually use.
So I know we all said Washington is going to beat Tampa, but like Baker Mayfield's like resurgence of actually being a competent quarterback, him and Sam Darnold were both on the freaking Panthers last year, and now they're both really good freaking quarterbacks. Like
their offense is good.
It's insane how good their offense
Imagine how
is.
good they would have been if Godwin didn't get hurt.
And Bucky Irving is amazing.
But Jalen McMillan has really filled that Chris Godwin role nicely.
He took a while to develop. He's one of those guys that I drafted and tried to stash, but he was so bad. And then he took on a bigger role and became really good.
That's
Mike Evans.
That fucking throwing that pass for fucking no other reason just to get him that record is kind of cool.
Yeah,
but also like insane. Imagine he catches it, fumbles it, and fucking they miss the playoffs or some ridiculous shit.
I mean,
for money they probably would have given him anyway.
Well, just to get that and the 11 straight years of 1,000 yards or something like that. It's fucking insane.
Yeah,
he's so good.
I don't think he was ever like the best receiver, but he's consistently been just perfect.
Yeah,
like I don't think he was at their like peak. I don't think he was better than Odell, but like overall, clearly better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Peak Odell's better than most wide receivers ever.
That fucking draft wasn't that the Odell, Sammy Watkins, like
yeah.
What was the card product?
Turkey Red.
No, the fucking good one.
Yeah, I know.
We spent so much goddamn money on that fucking
Bowman
Chrome or something.
Yeah, Bowman Chrome.
God damn.
Bowman Sterling.
Yes, I still have a. What was it? It wasn't Odell. It was the other two, Mike Evans and Sammy Watkins, like dual patch auto.
Well, yeah, those guys are sick.
Oh, good times.
Anyways, what game's next?
That was it.
The next
one,
Rams and Vikings, which this is
I actually feel like the Rams are going to win.
Didn't the Rams beat the Vikings this year?
They did, but I was going to mention that this one kind of goes beyond what's going on in the field just because we don't know where this game's going to be played. We don't know if it's going to be in SoFi. The contingency plan is to move it to State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And I feel like if they were to wherever this game is played, I feel like we'll know tomorrow. I think.
Did you see Ramey's like not PC tweet? He said this game is going to be fire, and then he put like 3 fire emojis. Like what a jackass! What a fucking jackass!
That's awful.
Did you get that from Justin?
And then for no reason threw in #MeToo is bullshit. Like it made no sense.
Did you? I don't know if you guys know who Pete Blackburn is, but earlier
he's like a hockey guy.
Yeah, he's a hockey guy, but he had a great tweet because earlier
actually.
Well, no, he had the tweet he had was great.
I just say he sounds like a hockey guy.
He is a hockey guy.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So he had a tweet earlier. He had a tweet yesterday because if you remember earlier this year, a game between the Lightning and the Hurricanes was canceled because of a hurricane. Now the Kings and the Flames game was canceled because of fire.
Jeez, that's interesting. That's a pretty good tweet, actually.
Yeah. So that's just that. But no, this one honestly goes. I just say that too because more than anything, I think for the most part, most of the fire is from what I've seen is contained to an extent. I know most people that like had to evacuate. Like most, I don't know anyone personally there. Obviously, there was a couple guests who have been on the show who do live in LA, but I've seen like I think it was Kayla Becker, formerly Braxton. I think she said that like they evacuated.
Was on the show?
No, like I saw her on Instagram post something about like.
Well, did you see James Woods lost his house?
On Short did too. I think
Steve Ramonzisi lost his house too. But he also said he was in 9/11 and he wasn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, but he showed pictures.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't really cry for James Woods. From some of the other people, I was like, this really sucks. We sent a quick story from work. We shipped something to a guy, and the guy was like, we have to recall this because his house is like he lost his house. Brand new house he just built. Gone.
Oh, my God.
So, like, it's just fucking brutal. I don't know how the fires are, if they're still going or
He's
whatnot.
Probably sitting there with no house being like, I can't even get my goddamn package either.
Yeah, it was 3 giant packages, too. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to – I don't think it's going to be deliverable to fucking nothing.
That sucks.
So, yeah, it's terrible. We know how that one started. I remember some idiot, the last wildfire, like humans started it.
Well, that was a gender reveal gone wrong.
Yes, one of those stupid things. So I don't know how this started.
I don't think
did you do anything like that for your gender reveal?
We didn't do a gender reveal because I was totally against that. I was totally against it.
I can't believe you.
He doesn't believe in gender.
Yeah, we don't know what it's going to be.
Is his child's middle name Ballard, by the way? Finney and Ballard Ramey?
It should
have. I actually wanted it to be. It's actually Barrett, Wade Barrett.
Oh,
it's close enough. You could change it. It's like Megatron
Barrett.
Griffin.
Yeah, robots in disguise.
Finn Barrett sounds like somebody's like Twitter name.
So when are they going to decide where this game is being played?
They haven't announced.
Tomorrow.
That's what I was going to say. They haven't announced anything officially. I'm just saying that I think it has to be tomorrow because you have to reroute not just the Vikings but the Rams, the Monday Night Football crew as well because
they get their days before.
Yeah. They get their days before to set up.
I saw earlier that, like earlier today, the smoke from the wildfires has already reached the Rams facility. The fire hadn't reached the Rams facility, but the smoke was there. So I feel like the game's going to get moved.
Did you see the TikTok about how crazy it would be if the Chargers and Rams both advance and they like playing the championship games on the same day? Like, what would they do?
There's the only way that would
just do different.
I mean, it's almost insanely. It's not going to happen, but like, what would they do? They do it on 2 different days. So they give them like you can't get people in and out of there after that.
No, it takes
after a game.
It takes like half a day to rebrand.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could do neutral colors, but you can't. There's no way you could clear that stadium, have everyone leave, and then come in and. So like, I don't know what you
just
would
have
do.
the end zone.
Yeah, because you can't have people tailgating the second game.
I guess you would do 1 game Saturday, 1 game Sunday, which they don't do. But they would have to do that. That would be crazy.
But the only way that would happen though is if it's like the Chargers would be playing the Broncos or the Steelers.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Yeah, they'd have
there's no way that's going to happen.
That's what's more likely, that or the Giants and Jets playing a fucking championship game on the same day.
That one's been more likely to happen for like 40 plus years.
After the championship game, yeah, you're right. I think you might get. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, but more than anything though, with this game, I think
MetLife parking, having to get 2 people in and out of there. Oh.
Do people tailgate like before March Madness? Because like you know how it's like 4 games in a day.
I'm sure people tailgate everything, especially because Final Four is in like
Ramey tailgated his son's birth.
Well, no, I meant like for the first round, like for the round of 64, 32, when there's like multiple games in an arena in a day. You know, where it's like
I went.
I don't know.
I mean, I went. And it was in Hartford. There's not that much place to tailgate, but like,
is there a Target?
At the bars and stuff, and yeah, people are going nuts.
I just Googled it. What would happen if they did this? And apparently, the NFL came up with a contingency plan a few years ago, many years ago, when the Jets and Giants were both in the playoffs. They would play one game on Sunday and one game on Monday because they wouldn't put a championship game on Saturday for some reason.
Why?
But Monday time.
How annoying that would be! Fucking Monday night championship game. No, that's kind of cool, I guess. It'll never happen. Literally,
they would put it on Monday because of ratings. Ratings would be better on a Monday than it would be on a Saturday.
Because people ratings would be pretty fucking good regardless. It's a championship game.
I don't know if with Chargers and Rams both in a game. I don't think the ratings would be that good. Who's going to care about the Chargers Steelers AFC championship game? I don't put them butts in the seats.
So how bad was Brandon Staley? One of the fucking worst coaches ever. How did he last? As he lasted. What was he there for? Like 3, 4, 5 years?
Because he's a defensive genius.
They were so bad.
Yeah, specifically on defense.
And I guess Joe Alt was the correct pick.
Yeah, Joe Alt's amazing.
And fucking Lad McConkey.
Why, you watching a lot of Joe Alt film?
No, but I remember I was like, Justin Herbert had like no weapons, and we were like, why are they fucking taking a lineman?
They have a shitload of cap to spend this offseason too, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be a non-play for maybe like a T. Higgins or someone else.
I wonder where he goes.
The McConkey, man.
Well, there's
McConkey's nasty.
If you say the Patriots,
Griff, I know Griff wants him.
Slapping you.
I'm going to say 2 teams that aren't the Patriots that he can go to because these 2 teams have money. One's the Chargers. One's the Arizona Cardinals. I know they have Marvin Harrison. T. Higgins.
Oh,
and I know Arizona
Patriots are obsessed with him. Patriots fans are obsessed with T. Higgins.
Yeah,
the Giants. You never know.
I'm just saying the teams that have the money to spend, like Arizona and LA, have a lot of money to spend as well. I think they're both at least $75 million in cap. So that's where I'm seeing those 2 teams.
So yeah, I don't know. If I were him, I wouldn't want to go to Arizona.
Hey, the Raiders have up to $100 million to spend. He could be a Raider to have nobody throw to him.
That's the thing. No,
him and Brock Bowers.
They're not gonna. They're not. That's the thing. Well, the Raiders can just run 2 tight end sets with Michael Mayer, and they can run 2 and Brock Bowers, and just get away with Jacoby Myers and a couple other guys, and then draft someone.
I heard they might get Devontae Adams back. He really misses it.
Or him and Derek Carr end up somewhere.
Derek Carr, yeah.
I only like to play with quarterbacks I've played with.
Did you ever watch the receiver show on Netflix? By the way,
yeah.
Because that's where I learned about his Taco Bell thing. Because he's been in like focus groups and other stuff too, besides the commercials.
Yeah, he loves Taco Bell.
Like just as much as Matt.
Probably more. He has one in his house.
Have you tried the nuggets?
Yes, they're overrated.
People are rating
the Bell sauce is actually really fucking good, but the chicken nuggets are just like. I was expecting them to be like really crunchy, and they're not. They're like fucking.
What's the Bell sauce made of?
I don't know. It's kind of like Wendy's sauce. That's the best way I can describe it.
They're their fire sauce with like Hidden Valley Ranch sauce they made.
It's not spicy. It's not really that spicy, but
their fire sauce is the best thing ever.
That seems like it could be it.
I like the Diablo sauce personally.
I think their breakfast sauce is pretty good too.
The medium sauce is really tasty, but I love the spiciness of the fire.
Yeah, it's too hot for me.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next game?
That's the games, to be honest. We have it. Then I don't know if anyone said who was one. We talked more about the game being thing and how Ramey thinks this game is going to be lit. And he said me too as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with this.
Ramey.
I think the Rams win, but I wouldn't be shocked to see the Vikings win.
Yeah, Rams. I think the Vikings.
I think the game is going to be wild fire.
Nice.
Forced.
I'm picking the Vikings. What's the spread?
Ramey, who'd you pick?
I think the Vikings win.
It just disappeared.
The Rams are what? Favorite
Daniel Jones?
The Rams are favorite?
It's a pick 'em.
I'm taking
Rams. I just got a notification on ESPN that said the line moved on Vikings Rams. Minnesota goes from 1 point to 2.5 point favorites.
I don't think the Rams are even really that good.
Wow.
I don't know how they made the fucking playoffs.
Look at the Rams schedule. They haven't let up they've let up single digit or very low amount of points, a lot.
That's crazy. I think the Vikings are.
Like,
I wouldn't mind a Vikings Lions.
They had that god awful game against the Niners a few weeks ago. But yeah, if you look at their schedule, like
look at their last bunch of games. How many points did they give up?
They gave up 9 against the Cardinals. They gave up 9 against the Jets. They gave up 6 to the Niners. Obviously, they gave up 42 to the Bills. But then besides that, 14 to the Saints, 20 to the Eagles, 22 to the Patriots. They lost to the Dolphins. They gave up 20 to the Seahawks, 20 to the Vikings, 15 to the Raiders, and they lost 24-19 to the Packers. But after that, they lost to the Bears. They got killed by the Cardinals week 2.
Yeah, it's more about recent.
Yeah.
They give those, they give them 9, 12.
9.
Their defense is good.
Man, Braden Fisk and Jared Verse were steals of the draft.
Yeah, I fucking love the fucking Kingpin Fisk.
Huh.
That's what they should call him. For those Marvel fans.
Nice.
Fisk. All right. Anywho.
You know what? I'm just gonna ask this right now. What do you guys think of Netflix?
Pretty good service. I remember when it had DVDs. I mailed those.
It went off without a hitch. WWE, and I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah.
The Hudgens liked it, so.
Macaulay Culkin got the pop of the night.
He really did.
And then it was Topanga and some other guy next to her.
Poor Wilford.
Hey. Did you see the clip of CM Punk and Kieran Culkin? He's like, didn't you just win an award? He's like, yeah, Golden Globe last night. This is how I celebrate. Like, okay. Cool.
I just saw a random video of Kieran in an interview, and he was just like, yeah, me and my wife were watching WWE, and it's just like about something completely, like how they have different phrases in England because his wife's
English. I saw that.
But I was like, oh, just random. He watches WWE every week.
The one thing I honestly love too is how Raw comes out and is just like, you guys are the biggest arena gate in WWE history. And it's just like, woo! And it's like, yep, that's right. You guys spent your hundreds and maybe thousands of dollars to be there.
Yeah, let them brag about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was good. It's putting more eyes on the product. They're going to keep doing amazing reveals and debuts for the next few weeks because they want to keep getting people to come back.
Yeah,
that's why they held off. Penta didn't debut. Becky Lynch didn't return yet because they're saving those for future weeks.
Yeah, we got the Intercontinental title.
SmackDown's going to be like just Akam and Razor, and like that's it. No, everyone's on fucking Raw.
Braun Strowman.
Or the transfer portal is going to be open 24/7.
If I want to
from UConn, I'll transfer.
SmackDown's actually on. So basically, I don't know how it works for you guys.
You didn't have commercials, did you?
No. So
fucking Canadian.
What happened? What happened with no commercials? What did you have?
So I didn't watch Raw. I didn't watch Raw live because I was actually in Buffalo Monday at the Sabres game. We went down for the day, but I watched an NXT on Netflix Tuesday Night Live, and it was like these weird ass highlight clips, and it's like, we'll be right back, and like thing, and they did like a little timer on the top left corner where it was just like,
you might as well get commercials at that point.
Yeah, you might as well just get commercials.
I thought Brady tweeted a picture of like the match while the commercial was on. Like, no commercials.
I don't know. The guy who refereed though the women's fatal 4-way did a pretty good job, I gotta say.
Oh, on NXT?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Vince?
It was.
Hey, good kid. I wish we were better friends.
He still follows me on Instagram.
He's such a
yeah. I like that kid. He deserves it.
Wait, so in Canada, all of WWE is on Netflix for you?
Yep.
Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah, like the Royal Rumble's going to be
hard to get everything on Peacock right now and just Raw. And Matt's the only one I know that probably watches Raw.
A lot of people are complaining about it. It doesn't make any sense. Why take it off Peacock until their deal is done? You can give it to Netflix also. Just leave it on
when's their deal done?
Wow, Royal Rumble on Netflix,
I don't know. Next year?
2026.
2026. So we just fucking nothing on there. And they didn't even put everything on Netflix.
SmackDown? Wow, you do really have everything on Netflix. I can't wait for that to happen for... Well, I'd imagine US is going to be good with Netflix in Raw. I feel like when the deals for NXT and SmackDown go up in 5 years, it'll probably be on Netflix in the US too.
And Peacock's next year?
I think they're going to spend like
Peacock.
$2.5 billion on WWE.
If Raw does well, they probably would.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be terrible. All in one place.
I mean, they doubled the normal USA viewership in America.
It was
on
4
the first
million?
episode. It was like 4.9 million global, 2.6 in the United States, which is double what Raw usually got on USA.
I'm gonna boycott Raw and just watch whatever USA throws on there out of loyalty. Wasn't it like a Jason Statham movie on Monday?
Yeah, it was a Statham movie.
It was Wrath of Man. Yeah, I should have watched that instead. Fuck Raw.
Isn't it like Law and Order before Raw came on the air too?
Always.
Yeah, usually it's always Law and Order SVU. Yep.
No,
what time to say fuck
Jessica's
Speaking of
binging
Law and
that,
Order,
you know?
did you see the clip of fucking Ice-T getting pulled over and then like berating a cop? It's like, dude, you play a cop.
No, I didn't. That's actually amazing.
It's like, why do you need my papers?
Yeah.
And it's fucking wild. I guess I forgot to tag you in it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Wait, Griff.
Ice-T.
So obviously Canada, you're going to Elimination Chamber.
Yes, sir.
You going to the? Aren't they doing SmackDown before?
Yeah, I got my Smack. I'm actually going to SmackDown with Brady.
Not Stephen Scoops.
John
Him and I
Cena's
are going to Chamber.
John Cena's last time ever in Toronto. He'll never come back.
Never step foot. He's never going to
You know
film.
how many-
Never walk into that.
ever again.
You know how many? I got another email today about that, and it's like trying. You know that like on location thing that they do, where everyone is going, "Oh my god, tickets for Elimination Chamber are like 25 grand." It's because they want you to buy this like insane package where you get the ringside seat, where you get to like have that pre-party and meet people or whatever. But that's literally what they're because they don't sell those. Like hell, my elimination. I paid $500 for my Elimination Chamber ticket.
Canadian?
Yeah,
No, we paid American.
yeah.
For a show in Canada.
Yeah, and then they're doing so basically that week. How it goes is so they just announced like I knew they were going to do Smack. I always had a feeling they were going to do SmackDown here, and then last week they announced the show. I got my tickets yesterday. I got our tickets yesterday, and then they're also doing Raw in Buffalo the Monday afterwards. But I'm going to Florida on the 5th, so I'm not going to be going to that show in Buffalo.
That's smart of them. They did Canada Friday, Saturday, and then Buffalo on Monday. That's smart.
It's only like a 90-minute drive from downtown Toronto.
Yeah,
I thought
have you ever noticed how they do towns close to each other?
I hate you.
It's called a loop.
I hate you.
Yeah, they run Madison Square Garden and then fucking Staples Center the next night.
And then back to Long Island the next.
Didn't they used to do that in like the
NASCAR.
in like the 80s though?
They would fucking run like 3 shows in the fucking same time. Like, yeah, imagine, one show with Hogan, one show with Warrior, then one show with fucking Brooklyn Brawler.
I feel like you get Undertaker maybe on the C show.
What did they do with
depends on what year it was.
With WrestleMania 2? They didn't all run at the same time, did they? It was like New York, Chicago, and then LA, correct?
Yeah, they play each one, I think, on the big screen.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know how closed circuit worked back then.
Do you want to know something? One thing I just recently learned that I didn't realize because of poor ticket sales, AEW's Australia show moved from a stadium to an arena.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Tony didn't just not move it out of spite. Like, nah, we'll run it anyway.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
surprised he didn't buy the tickets himself and then just give them to people for free.
Yeah. See, look,
Like
we sold out. What are you talking about?
who was the rapper? Or was it 50 Cent bought all those tickets to a Ja Rule show so no one would go?
All the tickets in the front
Yeah.
row for the Ja Rule concert.
That's great.
Like I know for the show he's supposed to do in at the Texas Rangers Stadium, I think they've only sold like 10,000 so far.
Who, Ja
They're
Rule
not
or Tony?
thriving right now. They
No,
are
AEW.
Oh,
Well, they'll be around forever. But...
You know the rated R superstar Cope.
Don't even get me started.
God, Drew Aller
So bad.
Drew Aller is not good. Why did this hype come?
What's the score?
3-0. But he just missed a wide open wide receiver.
3-0 who?
Penn State.
I fucking hate Notre Dame.
Well, they're losing. I don't like either, but the Krasowitzes make me like Penn State a little more.
Future Giants head coach Marcus Freeman.
No shot. We're keeping Dave's forever and ever.
If I were to ask you
make the
another
playoffs next year.
If I were to ask you, I have a wrestling hypothetical, or not hypothetical, but a question. Do we think Big E's done, or do you think he's returning at the Rumble?
I think he's done.
I think he's done.
Probably done. Yeah.
I hope he wouldn't be, but I think he's done.
I mean,
I think the only
Edge
reason they
could be
split with him is because he's never coming back. I don't think it's to build an angle because they would have, if they could stay together, they would never break up. They've said that.
Yeah, things change.
I gotta
They
wonder.
got stale and boring.
Do you ever think there's a chance he is cleared, but he just doesn't want to go back?
No,
I think
he's
tried.
said if he could, he would try.
Fucking Ridge Holland, a douche.
I mean, you never know.
When he
like
broke his
5,
neck, we
6,
were
7,
recording,
8. Oh, that's right, we were.
and I was like, oh my god, he broke his neck. Like thinking, like I probably didn't, but it looked bad, and it was fucking terrible.
I mean, it's been almost 3 years. Who knows? 6, 7 more years, he might get cleared, like Edge. Edge didn't break his neck, but it took him 9 years to get cleared. Oh, I'm sorry, Cope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, who?
I forgot who Edge was.
My mistake, Cope.
My greatest memory of him was Alex and I on me asking him about Big Ten football in the elevator in Detroit.
Oh, Big E. I was like, we did not do that.
I was
Edge.
like, with Edge.
What? Oh, Edge with Big E. And
I remember when we walked by, you guys were like, "Yeah, we're in Canada." And he's just like, "Canada."
yeah.
Like, I don't know what that. He's like, "Canada." Yeah.
Another memory from Detroit I always think about was how I rode in that elevator up with like Chelsea and Gunther and I think Sheamus and like they all walk out and then I walk in and I think Alex like, what the fuck?
Like, wow, how did you guys know each other?
It's like, oh yeah, we're all friends. I literally had to go down to get some. I think I
just ripped ass on that elevator.
Fucking Casamigos.
I love Damien.
I did just Google it. WrestleMania 2, the 3 shows were done simultaneously. And it was on a Monday, not a Sunday.
Yeah, they had a lot of weird days and shit. So I guess if you're watching a closed circuit, whatever like area of the country you're in, that's the one you got.
Yeah.
What you imagine? There's a lot of standing around and waiting for like the other shows to finish. I thought they would say.
Sal Vulcano was at that WrestleMania.
Each show had
he was at a third of it.
Yeah, the Nassau one.
What happened with and then WrestleMania, was it 6 or no, 6 was in Toronto. WrestleMania 7, is it true that it was moved inside because of poor ticket sales? They just put the Gulf War as a cause?
Yeah,
bomb threats.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, they weren't selling tickets. You know, that was a pretty good WrestleMania.
And then
I really like that main event. They beat the shit out of each other in that main event.
Of 7?
I don't think it's a bad main event, yeah.
Well, Savage and Warrior was fucking great.
What was WrestleMania's 8 main event? Was it Ric Flair or was it
Hogan and Sid?
Oh yeah.
Hogan and Sid, that put butts in the seats too. Awful.
I love that WrestleMania.
Was that the Mania that Savage and Flair was the world title?
Is in like the middle of the show. There was no world title. WWE title, yeah, in the middle of the show.
The world's champ,
the real world's champ. That was a good fucking Mania.
Speaking of Netflix,
he hates to admit it, but his favorite wrestler of all time is actually Ric Flair. He's obsessed with that year.
From 91 to 93, he was great. Other than that, he can fucking suck a dick.
Are you gonna be excited for when he has another match?
Hopefully it'll be the
Bronson Reed tsunami him.
Pacemaker fucking stops. Fucking pops out of his chest after a tsunami, or like scoots out his butthole.
Bronson Reed wants crushes a tsunami match.
Oh my god!
Bronson Reed is fucking reckless on Twitter.
Yeah, what did he say?
He needs to be careful. He's just gonna start tweeting racial slurs and shit.
He must be on pain meds or something.
Or
who's on every pain med?
No, it's like the lady Roseanne, where she just starts tweeting shit, and she's like, "Oh no, I was on Ambien."
Fucking Roseanne, stupid bitch.
What was she
really? This fucking fell off the rails.
I just got it. Matt Leek Nabers.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
like Malik.
Yeah, the receiver.
Do we call it Matt Leek Nabers, or do we call it drink out of your microphone?
I did almost, but nobody saw me do that. It was sort of I was like, oh, okay.
Have you ever seen Matt try to suck a fucking milkshake that's too hard to drink?
I don't even remember what video that is.
Is it even on video, or you just have done it a bunch of times?
I know the cheesecake where I tried to bite the fucking Wendy's cheesecake is on camera.
Oh yeah,
but the audio was fucked up. So it's weird.
I have a Matt video on here that I want to play.
Oh geez, no, it's gonna be what the fuck was that?
Never mind.
Played 700 times and Griff laughed every single time.
What the fuck was that?
Fucking Chris Jericho's stupid ass return where he didn't speak.
Come on. Then he lost the Royal Rumble.
God.
Speaking of that, well, let's end on that note. The Royal Rumble. Is there at this point? Is there anyone that's like a surprise entrant for them, like the either or?
Alex Riley,
Big E.
Did you see the Alex Riley tweets that have resurfacing? Tweeted Eve Torres. I gotta find it.
Eva Mendes.
Eve Torres. Hold on.
I feel like if there's a Royal Rumble surprise, Matt Cardona would just make Matt
shut
up
up
so hard.
Kill yourself. You first.
I think Charlotte's going to return in the Rumble. It just depresses me. I can't stand Charlotte.
Yeah, that's going to be terrible.
The other one I think too is Alexa Bliss for the women.
I cannot find it now.
I feel like she's never coming back. How long has she been gone now? I think her kid is a teenager now.
Over a year.
That WrestleVotes account keeps tweeting stuff that like she's coming back.
Yeah, like they got creative for her. They're getting merchandise and stuff ready for her.
I feel like it's been What was the last time she was there with a Fiend? Hasn't been like 2 years.
Yeah, she got pregnant, and then the other one I think could happen, but I don't think it will. Is Carmella?
I forgot her too.
I feel like she's got the nerve damage in her foot. I don't think she's ever coming back.
Yeah, that's why I think she's just going to kind of be a mom, and then
I think
how are we going to?
Jordan Grace will debut and actually be in WWE. I feel like Joe Hendry's going to win the TNA title from former Dolph Ziggler, and then he's going to be in the Rumble as the TNA champion.
But if Carmella doesn't come back, how are we going to get all those silences? No matter how over she was, she'd come out and nobody would fucking give a shit. It was dead silent.
The Iconics.
Read the tweet I just sent you, or the text.
Ramy, either
this
Iconics.
Can't be real. This can't be real. Why didn't you just?
Maybe
because I wanted you to respond. React in real time.
Yeah, maybe Peyton Royce, Charlotte. I think will. Do you at this point with Becky? Do you keep Becky until the Rumble, or do you have her come back on a Raw?
I have her come back on Raw.
Yeah.
You can't pop all those surprises at Rumble. She needs to be one of those special Raw returns.
No, fuck
Charlotte's probably going to come back and fucking win, so don't worry.
Yeah, Charlotte's going to win the Rumble, unfortunately.
And then hey, guys, back on Twitter. Any questions? Always great seeing Notre Dame lose. Sorry, Irish fans. DM at Eve Marie Torres. Hey, you, thanks for taking it like a champ tonight. LOL, glad to hear my cum tastes like butter. What the fuck?
Read the next one.
How do I...
Can you send that in our chat? Like I need to, what the fuck?
That can't be real.
I'll send it in a second.
Oh, I love Twitter from the early days. Remember it would say literally like RT. I was not expecting that to go there. Thanks for taking it like a champ tonight. Glad to hear my cum tastes like butter.
It's better than 10-hour flight and a rock hard dick or whatever fucking that guy.
What a face fuck you. Tom Phillips.
Phillips, that was it.
How do I do that? Can't be real. Who tweets? How do I delete a tweet?
It just draws attention to it.
DM at Eve Torres. I thank you for taking it like a champ tonight.
Eve Marie Torres. Was that her fucking name?
I literally just Googled Alex Riley and Eve Torres, and the first thing from September 14th, 2011, that he tweeted that and then tweeted, how do I delete a tweet?
2011. What a year in WWE. I almost stopped watching.
Yeah. Well, you went to Mania.
What was Michael Cole's fucking fault? Have the fucking guy commenting 3 hours on Raw be a heel?
What do you mean by learn to kill power plays?
That's, you know what I meant.
Learn to kill penalties?
Well, you're killing a power play. They have a power play.
You really got to score. It's more of a penalty kill.
You try tweeting while doing a stupid podcast.
I do often.
Oh, you sent it in the group too.
Yeah.
I was like, why did you send a DM?
I wanted to see it. That's why.
You think that's still up? Think he ever learned how to delete a tweet?
Yeah,
I feel like he probably has at this point.
I almost said Silent Rage. He was Rage, and then fucking Andy was Silent Rage. Remember Andy from fucking Tough Enough?
Yeah, but why was he Rage?
Wasn't it Alex Riley would just rage?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
All I remember was say it to my face.
Happy 5-year anniversary. Push Rage from Reddit.
Silent Rage. Wow, that's a throwback. The other guy should have won.
God damn, Alex fucking Riley. That's a John Cena fucking fuck up. Him and Nexus, he fucking screwed over big time.
Well, yeah. Riley should have been doing shady shit in the locker room or whatever he was doing.
Well, his cum tastes like butter, so. How do you not push that guy?
Toast.
Vince would be like, God damn, love it.
We're going to put that on television.
Fuck
you want a sip of my butter?
How do I delete a tweet? It's perfect. He shits on the Notre Dame Irish. His cum tastes like butter, and then he tries
which is relevant today. It's now 10-0.
Go Penn State.
We are Fox Sports. How does Penn State and Fox Sports have the same slogan?
And Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers. We are.
I remember back in the day when the Rams wanted a stadium in like downtown LA, they were going to call it Farmers Field, and I always found that hilarious.
I don't even remember that. Farmers Field.
It was like a proposed stadium, and like Farmers Insurance would have been the sponsor, so it would have been Farmers Field.
Farmers Field sounds like a dating app.
They don't say whites only, but yeah.
We couldn't put an ad that said no Portuguese, but no Portuguese.
Ooh, Donovan Clingan hit a 3 the other day or today.
what's the one? Oh no, man, I love that. Yeah, are you the gross chick who lives in the converted horse trailer?
Oh God,
Matt, when was the last time you saw Southpaw Regional Wrestling?
oh my God, I met those guys.
Yeah, that was a good.
The hand gesture. What was that? The bank? Was it the banker or is that
was
Cheddarfield?
Cheddarfield. Wasn't there a banker or something?
The banker was Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
It was wasn't it like the early morning access to in Orlando?
It would have been worth missing Samoa Joe because we got to meet them.
Yeah, especially as time aged.
Which that's the chair I'm sitting on right now. Is my 33 pay-per-view chair.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I don't know where mine is. I still have a fucking Rumble chair in my car.
Outside.
Which Rumble?
Still in your car? Why is it
the one? I think from when I moved from Danbury. I think it's the Roman Reigns one from the Orlando Rumble. I think
it's been 3 years. Take it out of the goddamn car.
Oh, it's probably been in there longer than that.
Jesus. I mean, we just want a place to sit.
It's in the trunk and I don't need it. Maybe if I'm tailgating somewhere. Oh yeah, I happen to sit on fucking Roman's face now.
I would pay to see you tailgating.
I did it once, but we just sat there and ate. Yeah. Like there's nothing entailed in tailgating. You just sit there and fucking drink.
You can have a good time sober too.
Yeah.
Throw the football around.
You don't have to jump through tables.
I would pay to see Matt try to throw a football around.
How drunk did you get?
I guarantee you have a better throwing arm than you, fucking limp dick.
Oh.
Whoa, easy.
Are you guys going to tailgate for SummerSlam?
No dick, all right?
Are you going to tailgate for SummerSlam?
Matt stays in the hotel 95% of every wrestling trip he does.
That's not accurate at all. I go with you everywhere.
You didn't come with me to Sam Roberts' show.
Well, I came with you to the Rosenberg show that you fucking gave us the wrong time, and we showed up at the end.
We showed up in
an hour.
Yeah. You didn't go to Pancakes and Pile Drivers.
We didn't go to the Power Rangers breakfast either.
That wasn't on me.
I know. We couldn't afford that.
No, it was sold out, I'm pretty sure, before we...
Oh, that's true, too. I don't know how you afforded that trip. You were like fucking 16.
Yeah. It wasn't that expensive compared to what they are now.
That's true.
All right. We still recording?
We are?
No, he stopped like 10 minutes ago, idiot.
Oh, no, I'm not ever going to like stop. No. I'm going to like always do a proper like sign off if I'm going to stop because we know that I'm waiting for this and he's going to tweet this. I can't wait for, even though this end has gone off the rails completely, for Randy to say, guys, 5-star episode. I love this. You know, all
he already responded to my Instagram post. So he's a diehard fan.
Love you, Randy.
He's a true OG.
He really is.
I think the only time one of the only times I see him in person with you guys, I think it was Takeover in Orlando. I don't think he came into Orlando.
Ran into him.
Yeah.
We did see him at Access in Orlando, I think, right?
Probably, but we definitely
gave him a card.
NXT. I remember that.
And then we went to 35 with him, and then that was it. He doesn't go on trips anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even go on trips anymore.
Maybe Jersey. Who knows?
We're definitely going to SummerSlam. It's too close not to.
Yeah.
If Ramey will come.
Have you bought tickets yet?
Did they go on sale?
It's in August, right? So they probably haven't gone on sale yet. You're right.
Probably around April.
It should be soon, though. That didn't even
probably like February, March.
Yeah, I'm surprised nothing for Mania has gone on sale yet. Just the 2 nights thing. Like they haven't done SmackDown, Raw, or anything like that.
I figured we'll probably. I mean, I'm not driving back and forth, so we'll get a hotel in like Sea Caucus or something.
Yeah.
Where?
Sea Caucus. Secaucus. Bobby called it Sea Caucus. But there's no Toys R Us anymore.
It's a stupid 2 hour. It's a 2-day show. I forgot that. It's the first 2 days.
Yeah, it's the first. Yeah, so we have to stay up there. And they'll probably do a Friday and then a Monday. And so it'll be like a nice weekend.
Are you going to go to Saudi for the 2026 Rumble?
I've got my passport. Yeah, so.
CM Punk has a freak injury sometime next year for this.
I can't believe they're fucking.
Can't make it.
Yeah, whatever.
The Women's Rumble is good.
But are they going to do the Rumble at like 1 p.m.? Like all the fucking Saudi shows? Like that sucks.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, they probably will.
I love 1 p.m. shows.
Yeah, because you don't have to fucking be at work. I hate that.
Well, yeah, on Saturday, yeah.
But for the Rumble, I would fucking take off.
Just wait for the date. Is Saudi going to get a WrestleMania before London, England does?
They probably will.
I don't think so either.
How is CM Punk? CM Punk's going to have to retire then, because how is he not going to be on Mania?
Did he say something like he won't work?
He wasn't on it.
Yeah, he won't work Saudi.
I mean, if they pay him enough, he'll probably be like, sure.
I'm sure he will now. Yeah.
Hey, we'll give you an extra $1 million to go over there and fucking behead somebody.
Make it 5.
Perfect.
It's gonna be $5 million and like a lifetime supply of Pepsi.
It's worth it for a few hours of blood money. It's good.
And the ownership rights to the Chicago Cubs.
That's one of Ramey's favorite fucking. If I had a book of Ramey phrases, he loves saying
blood
money every time. WWE blood money. Fuck every single time.
Blood Money 17.
That's a good Hitman video game, Blood Money.
But anyway, guys, 339 in the bag. Thank you for listening, guys. Alex Lorenzo,
we can't get to 120.
Oh, we're at 120. We're over 120.
No, it's just 119.36.
119.37.
Really? Mine's showing 121.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
All
Mine's
shit.
119.44, 45.
I'll just wait
46.
15 more seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, Griff, do your sign off now.
Well,
Perfect.
guys, you know what? We had 2 great episodes this week. McGarvin and I last night. Alex Lorenzo, Matt Lorenzo, Christopher Ramey. I'm Griff. This has been episode 339. Guys, Squad Goals is back next week. We'll see you then. Have a good night. And you know what, as always?
Okay, bye.